Welcome, everyone, to episode 390 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Will.
So today's topic is going to be a 2019 preview, or predictions, but it's also kind of going to be a preview. Some of my predictions, at least that I got, are fairly safe bets and wouldn't venture into the bold predictions. But I do have a bold prediction or two to share during the episode, so it's also a preview, but our actual games preview will probably be next week's episode. So we're going to talk hardware, and then we're going to talk predictions for games and stuff. So, Will, do you have anything you want to tease for later on in the episode?
Not really.
No?
I've just been playing Odyssey.
Okay. I have a lot to tease. I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I played Spyro. We haven't had a normal episode in a couple weeks now, so there's a lot to catch up on. A few things to talk about for my week. I actually watched a movie for once, which is weird to say. Probably we'll be talking a little bit more Smash Brothers, I would think. And Will, I'm sure you want to talk about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So yeah, we got all that stuff to talk about. Let's get into predictions. So I did a search actually to get a feel for what everyone else was thinking, and a lot of the predictions I saw were stuff I've actually been seeing floating around for a couple weeks now, more than likely. The first being maybe even a few months. I feel like we even might have heard some of this might have been predictions that people were making for last year's E3. But I'm predicting that there will be announcements as well as details on the next Xbox and PlayStation consoles.
Dang it, Dan.
It's a fairly safe prediction. We'll hear something about them at some point this year. I think Xboxes will be at E3. They can use that opportunity since Sony is not going to be at E3. They can use that opportunity to reveal their new console for the next generation. Announce something too early, unless they're planning on doing an early year release. Maybe instead of the usual, because Nintendo releases their consoles like early, instead of in the fall. That's kind of benefited them. So maybe they'll announce it for like a March release or something. Then I think Sony's will be at PSX. So
yeah, that was actually my very first one. I kind of think we'll hear a lot of details about the new consoles this year, and then they'll come out probably next year, if I were to guess. I think it would be bold to say one of them comes out end of this year, but that's just probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I would think so. People have said they don't even think Sony's might not even be 2020, right? They think it might be like 2021.
Yeah, I did read that. I forgot where I read that. It might have been Jason Schreier from Kotaku maybe said something like that 2021 would be Sony. Who knows,
Yeah, that would be interesting if Xbox wanted to come out first.
That's what
they did.
Right?
That's what they did with the 360. They came out significantly earlier than the PlayStation. It was also cheaper, so they got a huge head start before the PlayStation even came out.
Yeah.
The PS3. So
it is the Xbox generation to take back over. So
yeah, they do kind of flip flop, don't they?
They do. So that's Xbox's turn to win. So
yep. Yeah. So that's my first one. Fairly safe.
Yeah. I kind of have a bolder one. I think that this year is actually going to be the best year for games.
Oh yeah, best ever. Yeah.
Best on the podcast, at least.
Oh, since we started.
All right. I actually have no basis for why I think that. I just have a feeling with the way that single-player games have been trending. I kind of talked about on the Thummies Award that, the joke now is, there's no good single-player games anymore. It's all multiplayer. But, we had some of the best single-player games ever come out with God of War, Red Dead Redemption, in my opinion. So I kind of think that trend's going to continue on, and I think we're going to get some awesome AAA story games this year on top of some really cool more genre-bending games that I think are going to be really cool and a lot to look forward to. Like, we got Outer Worlds coming out this year. That's going to be awesome. I know we got Kingdom Hearts, which is an early contender. I know we're all getting Anthem, I think. I don't know if you're getting Anthem, Dan.
I'm going to try. I definitely try.
So, yeah, you and Corey should game share, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to contact him about that. Because like I know we have a couple games that we both have in common that we want to get. Kingdom Hearts 3 might be one he wants to game share.
Yeah, because if you can both get those games for $30, like it's so nice to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's just a lot of games that are gonna be coming out that I think are gonna be pretty sweet. There's some encouraging things with Anthem. I think there was, I don't know who it was, but said somebody that made the game said that they gave a demo out for everybody to play it because they believe the game's that good. So
Yeah.
that's kind of exciting to hear instead of hiding it behind betas and
Yeah.
having the actual player base make the game after it comes out. Like I think that's encouraging. Yeah, and Beardless points out Ghosts of Tsushima is coming out this year. I'm actually not too big on Days Gone, to be honest.
No, but Ghost of Tsushima looks amazing. I really want that game.
So that game's going to be awesome. The new From Software game's coming out this year too. Shakiro.
Yes, Shadows Die Twice or something like that. Is that what it's called?
Dies Twice, and that's all. Like some of the stuff that we mentioned was early games. Like we don't even know what's coming this fall. So I kind of have a feeling that this year is going to be a pretty sweet year from gaming, and I'm actually making a pledge that I'm going to try and do a better job to play more things this year.
Yes, absolutely, me too. And I'm off to a great start so far. I've played a lot of games in the past, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. So I definitely want to keep that rolling. It's a good feeling to get back into things and play different things, rather than just playing Breath of the Wild all the time like I could do. I probably will go through a phase at some point this year where I play a lot of Breath of the Wild, but
yeah,
I'd like to keep that to a minimum at least.
Yeah, try to play as much stuff as we can this year.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about this a little bit more, Will. So later on in the year, I mean, we're supposed to get a Fire Emblem, right, for the Switch. Yeah. We're supposed to get a core Pokemon for the Switch. Maybe a Metroid.
Possibly.
Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, maybe. That's just for Nintendo.
We could get the new town game from Game Freak.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
That could be coming.
Fable,
Animal Crossing.
Fable. If Microsoft announces Crossing. Fable for later in the year, I'm gonna squeal like a little girl.
Yeah, there's a ton of. Now that we're going through this, there's a lot of potential for a lot of cool things to be coming out this year, and I'm pretty excited. I really think that this could be a very special year for gaming because if you remember to the end of last gen for the 360 and the PS3, a lot of those games that were coming out were they're awesome games, and we're at the end of the life cycle for these current consoles. So this is the time where that stuff's going to be coming out. The games that took all generation to make and master the hardware to be able to make it are going to be coming out. So I think it's going to be a pretty good year, maybe next year too. We're gonna have some good games coming out.
I like your optimism.
Yeah, I'm positive on games. I like to be positive. I don't like to hate.
Yeah, I try not to hate too much too.
Unless it's Gone Home.
Gone Home, yeah. I mean, I have a couple things I like to poop on too.
I actually had a conversation with somebody at work today, and they couldn't believe that we hated Assassin's Creed 3.
Really?
I was like, oh, that's the only game I've ever rage quit.
Yeah. It made me rage quit and sell my Xbox. That's how much I hated it.
Yeah, so because I was telling him to play Odyssey, and we're going over the AC games we liked, and he liked all of them.
Okay.
But he hadn't played Origins or Odyssey, and I said we all hated Unity and Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah.
So.
I played 1 and 2, and then 3 I rage quit. I didn't play any of the other Ezio ones.
Yeah, the Revelations and not Black Flag, Brotherhood.
Yeah, Black Flag I played and liked. I played Syndicate and liked it, and then very briefly the Odyssey, but really liked it. So, hey, what's up, Reefer? Good to see you, man. Okay, so my next prediction, and I don't know when this is going to happen, but Microsoft, this has been rumored for a while too, Microsoft will release a discless Xbox One, straight digital. Maybe that'll be their fall release for this year. Everything seems to be going the digital route anyway. Although you can still get some good deals on physical copies of games for some weird reason. Probably people trying to move inventory. But yeah, I think they're going to release probably a 2 terabyte digital only console.
Do you think that'll be cheaper?
Probably, I would think. just because of the quality of the Blu-ray player Blu-ray player that they have to put in it. That should cost less, I would think. I don't know if it's going to be the X version or the regular version. Probably the X version, maybe both. Who knows?
That's actually an interesting. I never thought of that being a possibility, but why wouldn't they do it? Really, who buys discs anymore?
I do.
Okay, there goes my point. But I think a majority of the people with like game sharing being as prevalent as it is, like why not? Like if Sony and Microsoft are embracing that, why not give that option out there?
Yeah, in a lot of cases, I mean I don't have a preference personally. I do like physical because if you end up trading it in, you can get something back for it, especially on a console. But like Assassin's Creed is full price for the digital version everywhere, but you can get like an Xbox One physical copy for $30. So Beardless saying a Game Pass centered console wouldn't be a bad idea. I agree.
Yeah, that would probably go over pretty well.
I'm pretty impressed with Game Pass. It's got a lot of games on there that I'd like to revisit. There's a few new games on there that I'd like to give it a try to. I currently have a lot on my plate that I'm playing right now, so it won't be for a little while, but definitely some stuff on there I want to try.
We forgot a game, Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5, yeah. Metro Exodus is another one that's coming out that I'm really, really excited for, that I don't quite know how I'm going to play it.
There's like 6 or 7 early games coming out that are going to look like they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Maybe my prediction wasn't so bold after all.
Yeah, you never know.
I guess we'll find out.
All right. What do you got next?
My next one is it's not gaming per se. It's in the realm of anime, but Dragon Ball Super will make a return this year.
Oh, cool.
I had to throw that in there because the anime is catching up in the English dub right now. They're working on it. I think they're on episode like 90 of 120, so it'll be caught up this year probably. And they got to get going with another one because the manga has started back up. So we're gonna be getting more Dragon Ball Super here pretty soon, and I'm really excited because Corey and I think are gonna do a Dragon Ball podcast.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna watch Super through, and every like 3 episodes do an episode.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's something we have kicked the idea around. So I'm gonna have a 4th podcast. So
nice.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Super will be coming back.
Very cool. My next one is another one I've seen floating around here and there. Not necessarily bold prediction, but it's that Nintendo will release 2 new Switch models this year. They're going to release a more powerful Switch Pro and then a Nintendo Switch Lite. So the Lite version, I actually read a little bit about this. The Lite version could be a handheld only one that won't plug into a dock, won't come with the dock, and will have the Joy-Cons attached to it. So it'll be more like a traditional handheld that would be like the PS, the Vita. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't see anything that in depth, but that was a prediction that I read from somebody. But we've been hearing for a while that Nintendo that they've been patenting and working on a more powerful Switch. Maybe that one that has a smaller bezel, one that has a 1080p small screen instead of 720p screen. And I would be all in for that. I use my Switch an absolute ton. I play it just about every single day, sometimes for multiple hours in a day. So I would definitely be all in for a Switch Pro. And I like the idea of options. So if they were to have a Switch Lite, that would probably be a good thing too.
Yeah, I would say I would be all in for a Pro version of a Switch. The Switch is just the best console in my opinion right now, and I would not hesitate to get a better version of that. So,
yeah. I'll talk about my experience too with the on Christmas Day with the benefits of the Switch over the Xbox One.
So they're hard to compare though, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, the Xbox is the more standard console.
Switch experience. Yeah. Yeah. So I have another prediction actually, and this kind of it's something that happened today, which we'll talk about. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I could see developers breaking off from big publishers now.
Yeah.
I think we'll talk about it with Destiny doing it. I think that kind of sets a precedent now that I don't know the logistics of what happened with that or anything of what happened. You'll probably talk about that later, but I could see that starting to be a little bit more of a trend for major developers that can do it.
Yeah, I think so, and especially with the move to digital, like you don't need to worry about manufacturing discs and printing discs or manufacturing cartridges or what have you. You don't have to worry about any of that. You push things to digital storefronts. It's a lot easier to go at it yourself, free of a publisher that's trying to make its money back, which that's fine. But it leads to some questionable game decisions and can lead to strained relationships between developers and publishers. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, Reefer brings up an interesting point that Activision's having a terrible fiscal year, so that could play a part into it. Definitely. But I mean, I don't know. I just think that does Rockstar need 2K? Probably not, right?
Probably not.
So that's just an example that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. So,
and then I'm going to make another. This is the same prediction I made last year, but I think it's going to happen this year. Steam Link app for the Nintendo Switch.
I'm actually surprised that didn't happen.
I'm basing this on nothing other than my hope and wildest dreams, and I think it would be awesome, and I would use it a lot. So. Fingers crossed for that.
That would be amazing to have that on the Switch.
Yes, it would.
I actually have no more predictions, so if you have more.
Yeah, I got a couple. New BioShock?
Oh yeah, I saw that actually.
Yeah, I think it was 2K that said that BioShock is a permanent franchise for them. So I think that's them saying we're going to announce something about it this year. Hopefully it's coming out later this year, and they've been working on it for a while. You never know. So
yeah, I think I saw on Reddit that it was maybe 2020. It was soon. It's a lot sooner than I expected. So
yeah,
that's exciting. Can't wait. I can't wait for a new BioShock personally. I saw people on the Reddit thread saying they don't need another BioShock, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm all aboard for that.
Yeah, my wife played BioShock Infinite for this week's rookie camp
I saw that. That was perfect timing for it.
Oh, she was supposed to do her report. I'll see if I can snag her for it later. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for predictions and previews. I'm with you, Will, though. I think it's ultimately going to be a good year for games. So,
oh my god, yeah, I'm pumped to see what this year brings for games.
Yeah, I'm hoping to like you too, be a little more consistent with playing more things and not settling into the old. I'll just play Breath of the Wild for 4 hours and try to play new things.
Yeah, try to I want to play games when they actually come out. I hate having to do I like doing the grind at the end of the year, but I also hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I always don't play things that I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
And it happens every year, and I hate it. So my goal is to try to not have that happen this year. Or if there is one game by the end of the year that I need to play, I can do one game because I can do that. But
right. Yeah. All right. Should we get into Nibble Bits?
Yeah, I was looking. All of the Nibble Bits that I had was ones that you said you had tweeted already.
Yeah,
I got not too much.
I got a lot of the big ones for the past week. So yeah, the first one it's the big news of the day. It was a breaking story when I actually started doing my Nibble Bits earlier. It's that Bungie and Activision have parted ways. Apparently, this has been going on for a little while now, but they just kind of announced it today. It was a developing story, so that all the details aren't out yet. I guess Bungie announced it today, I think, and they're going to talk more about it tomorrow. So that's the specifics of the deal. But Bungie is going to remain to be in full control of the Destiny franchise. So they're still planning on doing updates and all that stuff. Destiny 2 shouldn't change at all for people that are playing it. But you talked about it, Will, and you think that might end up being a trend for this year, is that developers will want to break free of the constraints of money making publishers.
Yeah, because I've never really pegged Bungie as the type of company that wants to do microtransactions in their games and kind of nickel and dime players. That seems to be an Activision thing, an Activision trend.
Yeah.
So I would like to see what Destiny would be like without the trappings that Activision likes to put in. So it's going to be fascinating to see what comes of this. It piques my interest for Destiny a little bit more too. I'm thinking of downloading it on my computer.
Yeah.
So I can play it because I do have it. Is that going to still be on the Blizzard?
Yes, it is. I did read it's staying on the BattleNet, Blizzard Net or BattleNet.
That would have been amazing if they got rid of it.
Yeah, went over to Steam.
Oh man, is it on Steam already?
No, it's not. It's only on BattleNet.
What a joke.
Yeah, that's frustrating. But yeah, I mean that's fantastically interesting. I'm excited to see like what ends up happening. That's a huge breakup. So
that's massive. Yeah, because they had that like, what was it, 10-year plan for Destiny?
It was 10 years. It started in 2010 though, so it was only going to go another year or to the end of the. I don't know if it was through 2010 or 2020, or if it was just at the beginning of 2020. But I mean, it was at least for another year that it was going to be solely the property of Activision. But now it's independent.
Before the third game too. Wow.
Yeah.
Because do you remember when we were newer to this? I don't know. We might have been a couple of years in, but there was that big article that leaked about what Destiny was and what the plan was for it. There was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember that. I do, though.
And we were all super excited about it.
But none of us really played it.
And I played it, and I was like,
meh.
It's okay. It plays nice. That's about it. That's how I felt about the PC version, too. For Destiny 2. It played really nice, but it wasn't that interesting. So.
Yeah. I know somebody who's put, like, 2,000 hours into Destiny 2.
Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Like, oh man, I'm not even close to that. Anything.
That's impressive. So there's that. That was one of the big news stories. The second really big news story is that Ubisoft has spurned Steam for the release of The Division 2, is opting instead to release it at launch on the new Epic Games storefront. No word yet on whether or not The Division 2 will eventually release on Steam. It may not at all. It may come later. But for right now, it is a launch title on Uplay, obviously, but also Epic Games storefront. It's crazy. I know I'd read, actually, when I was doing my prediction thing, a lot of people said that the Epic Games thing wouldn't challenge Steam. But that's a pretty huge game to lose. So I wonder if we're going to start seeing some changes over at Steam, or if they're just going to stay the course.
I get why developers do that, I guess. I guess Epic has a more friendly developer.
It's the money, really. Like I think Valve gets 30% of sales.
So I actually read that they used to get 30%, but they had changed it since then. But the model that Steam changed to is still not as favorable as Epic's revenue share program.
Okay.
So I don't know. Either way, when you launch a Ubisoft game anywhere that's not the Uplay store, you boot up Uplay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So really, it just kind of makes sense to get these games on Uplay anyway. At this point, if you have to boot it up anyway, why not just cut out the middleman of it? So I don't know. I don't like my stuff going off of Steam though.
Yeah, I agree. I like to try to have everything in one place because it's hard to remember all the logins for those programs you only use once in a while, like Origin and like Uplay, you know, because it never fails. Like especially when I try to use Origin, my account's been signed out for so long that my password I have to type it in, and I never remember what it is.
Yep, exactly.
So
so I don't know, Dan. You and I are the same way. We like to have our stuff in Steam.
yeah.
Are we gonna be forced to deviate from Steam this year? That should have been a prediction. We're forced to deviate out of Steam.
Yeah. So, I mean, see, I'm in a hard place here too because the convenience of having the Xbox upstairs is pretty nice, and my computer it's getting pretty old at this point. I don't know if I'll get the money to upgrade it at any time this year.
It's too expensive to upgrade a PC, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially because mine is 7 years old now, so I have to do processor, motherboard, RAM, and that's without even upgrading the graphics card.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably $600 right there if I wanted to get good stuff now.
I'm also finding it to be the most uncomfortable sitting at a computer.
See, I don't have a problem getting with comfort. It's just that's the cost of it. And yeah, I'm down here by myself, which I don't always like to do.
Yeah, you like to be with the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on. I'm just not that into PC gaming right now.
Yeah.
I might come around, but I much prefer having my consoles at this point.
Yeah, if I could find a deal on a gaming laptop, that's probably the route I would go at this point, just so I can have it with me and upstairs. And yeah, Reefer says that's basically a new PC, and it is. Outside of the power supply and the case and hard drive, which that's stuff I might want to upgrade anyway. You know.
Yeah.
And then I have to get a new graphics card because, I've got a 970 that came out that I bought like 4 years ago now, maybe, or 3 years ago. So. Who knows? But I've got the Xbox upstairs, which is fine. But I especially with shooters, I prefer keyboard and mouse. And I know Xbox just added keyboard and mouse support, but I know all the games don't have it yet. I also, the whole 30 frames versus 60 frames thing. I wish games would give you the choice. Some games aren't. It's not too bad. In my brief couple hours with Red Dead Redemption, the frame rate hasn't bothered me. But I wonder if that's partly because you're sitting far away from your TV. I'm pretty sure if I was playing a game 30 frames per second on I know when I play a game at 30 frames per second on the PC, it's like my eyes want to bleed.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting 2 feet from the monitor or whatever.
Right there, yeah.
It's not as bad when you're lounging on the couch.
Definitely, yeah.
And it's a slow-paced game anyway, so it's not like you're playing Nier Automata.
It's like a bedtime story.
Well, I mean the action even the game. The game moves slow. I'll talk about it when I get there, but
like a bedtime story.
I don't know. I like it so far, but that's all. That's all I'll say for now. Next on the Nibblebits list, the Humble Store now sells Nintendo Switch and 3DS games along with DLC for those. I didn't actually, you know what? I'll call that up right now because I never even looked for it. Humble Bundle. See if there's any kind of deals or anything. Nintendo games now available.
Hey, you guys can get that Tamagotchi game or whatever.
Yeah, Tamagotchi life. Reefer, take it easy, man. He says happy early birthday, Will.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Somebody remembered. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like the games seem to be full price, no deals yet. I'm hoping they have like a Humble Bundle with Switch games, even if it's a bunch of indie games, that would be awesome. It seems to be mostly like the big first-party titles. Splatoon's on here, is Breath of the Wild, Smash Brothers, Pokemon, Mario Odyssey, Mario Tennis Aces. Same with 3DS stuff. Some of the... it's Reefer's wedding date, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Happy wedding day. I forgot that it was the wedding day. And wasn't somebody having...
Yes, Ryan and Valerie's... Was it Monday or Tuesday? that she was being induced.
Okay, that's right.
I'm sure they've had their little one by now, and congrats.
Look at all the. I love seeing the stuff, like the life stuff happening with the listeners. That's so cool.
That is cool.
Congrats to everybody.
Yeah, so Reefer, have a great wedding, man. We'll see you. Where was I? Okay. Switch port news. Dragon's Dogma is coming to the Switch. I don't think there was a release date on that yet, but that was awesome. That's probably a game I'll get for the third time. And then Final Fantasy X, 10-2, and 12 will be releasing for the Switch at the end of April. So that's also cool stuff.
Yeah.
I
was typing.
No, that's fine. So we'll probably keep you updated on Switch ports, because I get excited anytime I see something that I really like Dragon's Dogma coming to the Switch. Never expected that one, but that's a good choice.
Dragon Dogma has lived quite the life.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Capcom game that has had nothing with it after.
Absolutely nothing.
I thought we would have gotten a second Dragon's Dogma by now.
Yeah, maybe they're working on it, and that's why they, was it last year that the PC version came out, or 2 years ago that it came out?
2 years?
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway, so how's your week, Will?
Good. Just been working a lot. I'm going through what I imagine is seasonal affective disorder, because I have had no motivation to do anything besides lay in bed. I've never been this lazy. I don't know about you, Dan, if it's been hitting you at all, but
a little bit, yeah.
Man, I don't even want to play video games. I haven't been lifting as much. We haven't done a hockey podcast in probably a month at this point.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks, definitely.
I have to do editing for the music podcast, get that going. I have to do school application stuff. I just don't want to do any of it. And I think part of is the weather, but I'm also working 12 to 8:30 shifts every single day during the week, pretty much. And
that's
then
like
weekends,
right smack dab in the middle of the day.
Well, here's the problem. I get those shifts. Most of my friends work during the week. They don't work weekends, so they don't want to do something at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
So I don't get to do anything with them. And then on weekends I work 6 to 2:30 over in seafood.
Right.
So on weekends I don't want to do anything because I have to be up at 4:30. So it's just this vicious cycle that I'm in right now, and I just want to be a slug of a human being and just lay in my bed. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z, the not Kai version. I have come to the consensus that I prefer not Kai to Kai.
Okay.
While I think Kai has a lot of really good things with it, I think I just prefer the nostalgia the original gives me. So there's that. But I've been a lazy piece of garbage. I'll try to be better I'm starting my diet on Monday, so I'll be back up and running, hopefully.
It could very well be food related.
Well, here's the thing.
The older you get, the more that affects you.
Well, I've been eating a ton of garbage food because I'm at the end of my bulk right now, and I just don't care. So I'm just eating everything, and I'm 200 pounds right now. So it might be the excess weight that I have on me right now that I just need to shed off of me. So I'm really looking forward to starting to diet and cut weight, because I think that might be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm just not healthy right now. So I let my bulk get a little too out of hand, which I tend to do. So that's why I try to track everything I eat.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm going to be working on. I turned 24 on Saturday, which is weird. If you've been here since the beginning, when I was 16, I am now 24.
Yeah, that's a pretty big change too.
Yeah, like I said, this podcast saw me grow up, basically.
Yes, it did.
That's weird. I don't like 24. It's a weird age because you're not early 20s, but you're not middle 20s yet. You're just kind of right. You just exist.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
don't like it one bit. That's it for me though.
Okay. I'm sure I probably could have written down a lot of things to talk about, but I've just got a couple. First is I actually watched a movie, which never happens. A new movie, I should say. So my kids wanted to watch the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix. which has Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, and it's actually quite good. I enjoyed it. I thought Kurt Russell played an excellent Santa Claus. It's it's a good family movie. It's not gonna win any Oscars or anything like that. But I don't like watching movies because if I don't like it, I feel like I just wasted 2 hours that I could have been doing anything else. So
yeah.
I tend not to watch new movies, but yeah, it was good. I only watched it because the kids wanted to watch it, and because they watched The Grinch about 1,000 times too over the course of the holiday break.
You're probably sick of that movie.
Yeah, I mean it was fine because I only catch like a minute or two here and there where I can actually look at the television without needing to do something.
Yeah.
So that was good. Christmas Day. So I did want to mention this because we got an Xbox for Christmas, an Xbox One S, with a 3-month subscription to Xbox Live and Game Pass. So far, I've enjoyed the Xbox. I talked about it during the Thummies, but the user interface is awful and messy, and I hate it. But we also got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for Christmas. So my son, wanting to play his new video games on Christmas Day, he wanted to play Spyro. So I set the Xbox up. It took way longer than it should have. It probably took me an hour to get it set up and updated. And that's with, I've had Xbox Live forever. But for whatever reason, it wouldn't accept my right account to reactivate my Captain Bulge Belly thing. I had to enter it like 3 or 4 times before it finally went in the right way, and it was the right Xbox Live account. And then it updated. Like I said, it took like about an hour to update, and then I had to install Spyro, which took 2 or 3 hours maybe to install and download all the patches for. So Matt, my son wanted to play one of his new games, so he opened up Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, put it in a Switch, and started playing immediately.
Yeah. Isn't it kind of crazy how long it takes to get your... I think it was Eric who was saying it. Could you imagine being a kid on Christmas having to wait until the next day to like play Red Dead, for example?
No, it was all... And you know what? I bought Red Dead earlier this week. I got it on Tuesday, and I started installing it as soon as it got here. And it took probably 2.5 or 3 hours to install and download all the patches for, which is awful.
It's insanity. Yeah, that's torturous for kids. I don't like it.
But other than that, like so far, I like the Xbox so far. I love the controller. It
does have a nice controller.
So nice. And the Xbox One S controller is a little bit different than the original Xbox One controller. It's just so nice. It's got such a nice feel. The batteries lasted a long time.
They do last a long time.
I know it takes AA's, but I mean I've probably put 20 hours on the Xbox, and that's just me. That my kids have played it a little bit too, and I haven't had to change the batteries in the controller yet. So that was one of my biggest complaints about the PS4 and the DualShock 4, aside from hating the feel of the controller and the thumbsticks especially. The controller only lasted like 3 hours before you needed to plug it back in. So
yeah, my only complaint about that, because I like the PlayStation 4 controller, Dan, but it's so bad with battery life.
Yeah,
the Xbox One just lasts for 12 hours or whatever. It's crazy how long it goes for.
Yeah, I mean like I said, we probably have 25 on ours with the batteries that it came with, and
wow,
it's fine. It's not even like it shows the battery meter on it too. It looks like it's maybe halfway.
That's insane.
So yeah, God, I feel like there's something else I was supposed to talk about. Whatever. I have a lot to talk about during what I played, so.
I was gonna say I really am interested to hear all your thoughts on those games. So
yeah, so we'll get right into that. So I'll start with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, because that's probably what I've played the most of. since I think I have like 12 or 15 hours into it. And actually, I really like it. I knew what to expect because I'd watched a lot of gameplay videos of it. It's a very good recreation of the first generation Pokemon games. Right down to the NPCs, in a lot of cases saying the same things that they did in Pokemon Red and Blue. Same kind of setup and stuff. It's just modernized, which you talked about when we did the episode. But I'm really enjoying it so far. So, I just did the tower in Lavender Town for my progress. I've got three of the badges. I'm kind of farting around now catching Pokemon because the ones that I got at the beginning that I kept with me for a while to level up all the way, they're fully evolved. So I've been kind of swapping them out for new ones and trying to level them up too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised with how good it is. I actually prefer the catching to the battling of random Pokemon that you just catch them.
Really?
Instead of fighting them, yeah.
I guess it's less work.
Yeah, because you don't have to pop back all the time to heal your Pokemon's moves. So you don't have to pop back to the towns.
That's true. My only complaint with it is how janky and pain in the butt it is to actually try to catch them.
Yeah, it's better if you don't play in console mode. It's better handheld, by far.
5,000% better. I like to play on my big TV, but with that game, I'm like, maybe I just tough it out and just play it handheld because of it, because it does make it a lot easier.
Yes, it does.
What team are you running?
Team?
Yeah, your Pokemon.
Oh, let's see. Obviously, I have Pikachu because he's my main. Charmeleon.
Okay.
Graveler.
Mm-hmm. Alolan or
no
regular Graveler?
Regular Graveler. Who else do I have? I had a Vileplume that I had for a while, but I just swapped him out. Oh, Ivysaur. Okay. I swapped the Ivysaur out for the Vileplume so I could level him up to. I just got a Ghastly that I just subbed into my team. I had a Pidgeot that I just swapped out for someone else. I did all this literally like right before I stopped playing.
Yeah.
Last night, so I don't have my team set yet. I need to get a water Pokemon in there because I don't do too well when I start getting into the like rock and ground type things.
You need Squirtle.
Yeah. I have one. I just haven't subbed him in yet.
Gotcha.
And then I have a Machop.
Okay.
That I just subbed in for my Mankey that just turned into a Primeape. So I just subbed in the fighting one.
You have Mankey?
Yep.
I don't think Mankey is in Eevee.
He might not. We have to trade because there's a few that I'm missing. So you don't have Oddish, do you?
I think I do have Oddish.
Or do you have Bellsprout?
I do have Bellsprout, actually. Okay, let's go Eevee exclusive.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely have to do some trading because I'm definitely missing out on some of the Pokemans.
Okay, so the Let's Go Eevee Pokemon are Vulpix, Ninetales, Meowth, Persian, Bellsprout, Weaving Bell, Victory Bell, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Persian, Ekans, Arbok, Coughing, Wheezing, Pinsir. Dan, you have Sandshrew, Sandslash, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Growlithe, Arcanine, Alolan Sandshrew, and Alolan Sandslash, Mankey, Primeape, Grimer, Muck, and the Alolan variants of that, and Scyther.
Gotcha.
Which I've actually transferred some of these into my game.
Okay. From Pokemon Go?
Yeah, from Pokemon
Go.
Go.
Can you get them into your party?
Yeah.
I have to do that. I haven't done that yet.
You have to get to Fuchsia City.
Okay, so I'm not there yet.
Yeah, when you get to Fuchsia City is when you can start. I don't have all of them in here, obviously, but some of them I do have.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can send you over whatever you need. I've caught a lot of Vulpixes for Eric as a thank you for trading Pokemon with me earlier, so I have a bunch of them.
Okay.
Even though he doesn't play anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
But yeah, I really like Pokemon. It's quite good. So. There's that one. There's Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I played the first game and I beat it
Yeah.
My first beaten game of the year. Man, that was an awesome game.
Yeah.
It's such a good remaster because it just there's everything about it. Like you mentioned it when you talked about it, Will. That's what you picture in your head when you think of the original Spyro. Like it plays the same way, but then you go back and look at the actual graphics from the old game, and it doesn't look nearly that good. But
Yeah. Ugh, yeah.
yeah, it plays perfectly. Like it's so good. I'm excited to do 2 and 3. I only had a very little experience with 2. I never played 3, so I'm very excited to do those.
Yeah, none of us played 3, I don't think.
No, I never bought it. I only played the second one.
Did we own the second one?
I bought it and had it for a brief amount of time.
Okay, because I was gonna say I don't really remember Ripto's Rage that much. I remember like the very beginning, but that was like it. Um, and then I remember a little bit of 3 because one of my friends had it. So
Okay,
I saw some of the gameplay, but never really played it.
gotcha.
But I'll tell you what, looking back on it, like 3 kind of rises in the ranks for the games. Like I might have it 1, 3, 2, and that's not to say Spyro 2 is bad, but I just think Spyro 3 is really freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to you to getting through both of them, so I can hear what you think.
Yeah. Great stuff though. I was playing it the other maybe about a week ago, and the wife was watching because it was a game she played a ton of when we were younger, and it's just such a pleasant game. All the noises that I talked about this during the Thummies, but all the noises that it makes, like when Spyro's charging and his feet are patting on the ground, and when you free a dragon, just the spurts and sound, like it's just so pleasant, and it's such a fun game.
And it's not a hard game either.
No.
It's just like an enjoyable game to play as opposed to like challenging you, which is a different, because now everyone's like playing hard games or something with a little bit more to it, but this is just like an enjoyable platforming kind of adventure game.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
did you work on getting all the achievements and skill points?
I got all the skill points. I did not get all the achievements.
Gotcha.
I 120%ed the game,
Yeah.
but I do wanna go back and get all the achievements. The problem I'm having is it's hard to find the achievements list. So I'm probably gonna have I don't know where anything is. Like it used to be so easy to look up and see. Okay, I don't have this achievement, this achievement, this achievement. But I still haven't figured out the Xbox UI.
So when you press, this is gonna be hard to explain because neither of us are looking at it. I think
Right.
once you press the Xbox button, like the circle
Uh-huh.
on top of the controller, you press that, you slide over until you see the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You click the A on that, and then you click something, and then you can bring up your list. But it's not easy.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Pain in the butt.
very much so.
So I played that. I played a bit more Smash Brothers Ultimate, which I am still loving. I actually haven't played that now in probably a week or so, but I've got to get back into it. I want to beat the World of Light. I still haven't unlocked all the characters. I'm getting my butt kicked by the new characters that I am unlocking. Specifically Cloud. I've tangled with Cloud a few times, and I haven't even been able to come close to beating him. So
Cloud's the one I actually had a hard time. I think I lost to Cloud like maybe 5 times before I got him. He was tough.
Yep. But that game's amazing too. I can't really say enough good things about it. It was it was my game of the year from last year.
Yeah, mine too. Didn't win, but
but I was okay with the ultimate winner because that was my second choice for game of the year. So
yeah, it was we settled very easily. I was actually kind of surprised.
yeah. Well, like I said, I'm glad that Celeste is kind of the little game that could. Even getting a nomination for the Game Awards for Game of the Year was incredible.
Yeah.
So. So there's that one. Red Dead Redemption. So yeah, I got this Tuesday. I've probably played 5 or 6 hours of it. I just started chapter 2. So far I'm liking Red Dead Redemption 2. I do not like the controls, not one bit.
Yeah, bad.
I think they're terrible, to be quite honest. But I do really like the game. I like the setting very much. I like the characters very much. I like that it's slower paced than a lot of other things. But yeah, I don't like the controls. I
When you're playing, do you feel like you're not sure how to do anything?
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
I'm actually gonna try to find a printout of all the controls that I can have with me when I play the game because I don't know what anything does. It's it's very confusing.
Literally how I felt
Like,
my like 3 hours.
yeah, so I can't for the longest time I was walking around that little town Valentine when you first get to chapter 2,
Hmm.
and everyone was telling me, was afraid of me because I had my gun out. I didn't know how to put my gun away. It wasn't B like it usually is. It ended up being, was it right bumper maybe, that I had to put my gun away. Oh, and then so the I don't know if you did the mission where you have to hunt the deer.
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure out how to get back on the horse. I could not remember which button, and I pushed the B button. I was just trying everything, and I punched the horse, and it ran off with the deer on its back. And
So what happened?
I restarted the mission because I didn't know what to do. I just socked the horse a good one.
That's funny. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So yeah, I need a printout with all the controls on it.
I've heard the control criticism quite a bit.
Yeah,
too, so.
it could be better done. But that being said, the setting is amazing. I really like all the stuff you can do. I'm enjoying it so far. We'll see if I'm able to play through the entire game. And I've kind of gotten a hang of the shooting. I don't like it, but it kind of snaps to the target, so that's helpful. I'm terrible at aiming with a controller. I would much rather play this with a keyboard and mouse, but it's adequate. So far, so good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what direction the game takes, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be talking about it.
You don't know? Chris spoiled it. You weren't there.
I was there. No, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need to play it because of that.
I mean, I'm more talking about the twists and turns that happen between now and what I'm assuming happens at the end of the game. So.
Love it. That's one of my favorite random things that have happened.
Yeah,
on this podcast over the years.
That was really interesting. So yeah, there's that. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see if we got any feedback, shall we? Mm-hmm. I know we had one last week from Tate, but I obviously didn't read it because of the thummies.
Do we have thummies feedback?
I don't know. Let's see.
Hopefully we launch some discussion. Woo.
We got one from Jake.
Sweet.
YouTube. Okay, so the first one's from Tate. This is from last week, because I think there's some questions in here that I'll forward to Corey because I think he asked Corey something.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Sup, gentlemen. Hope y'all are enjoying being back together again on the pod. We did very much. This week I beat XCOM 2, and I'm with you, Dan. I really liked it a lot. I enjoyed the bullshit, honestly. Made it more challenging and made me have to think more. I can't wait for the third one to come out. I'm going to finish all the Witcher 3 DLC this weekend before I start my masters next week, and I won't have time for anything ever again. So I'm excited to finish that up. I'm also reading the second book in the Witcher series, and I'm loving it. I know Corey read those, but did you ever finish them, Corey? I'm also thinking of getting into the Halo books. I played a little bit of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and wow, what a powerful game. And not to mention the graphics are amazing, and the story is intriguing. I enjoyed how tense it can be as well. I pre-ordered Anthem for my brother and myself since we have Xbox share. I still don't know what to think, but I'm trying to be mildly excited so it won't be a letdown if it sucks. but will leave myself room to be excited more once I start playing if it's good. So I didn't play many games that came out this year, but the game I played that did come out this year that is my pick for game of the year would have to be Monster Hunter World. I lost myself in that game for over 200 hours when all was said and done, and it was so fun to play with my friends and even by myself. I will always hold a spot in my heart as one of my favorite gaming experiences. Have a great night, gentlemen. I hope everyone is doing well in life and is happy with what they're doing. It's weird. I don't know any of you personally, but I feel like you're my pals since I hear about your weeks every week. Thanks for the good times, dudes. Taterade out. Thank you, Tate. Very much appreciate that. That's what we're going for with this podcast, actually. The whole genesis of the idea was to make it seem like you're just sitting around and more listening to your friends talking about games, but also being a part of that conversation. So that is very much what we were going for.
Yeah, so we want to be buddies.
Yes.
With everybody who listens.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
That's what we go for.
Yep, definitely. If we lived in the same area, we would play couch co-op games.
We would all be playing Smash Ultimate.
Yes, we would.
And laughing at how bad Eric is.
Yeah, we should have tournaments and stuff. We can't get.
Love that.
The problem is we can't get The problem is organization. Getting organized to do all that stuff is not easy.
Between us and Nintendo, trying to make it happen, just those are two things. Like, we're lazy. Nintendo's bad at this thing. So
yeah, totally. I read some of the Halo books and they were quite good, so I can recommend those. I don't remember which ones. And I would look at them, but they're packed away right now. I haven't gotten my books out. Yeah. I don't know if Corey ended up finishing any of the Witcher books. I know he read some of them at least, and he did very much like what he read, even liking it more than the games themselves. So, Anthem. I think we're all in on Anthem. So we'll be talking about Anthem too. A game that I didn't have high hopes for, but everything I'm hearing seems like it's going to be good. So
sounds good, yeah.
And then Monster Hunter World is his game of the year. It's one I wish I had played more. Was that my top game I wish I had played? Or game that got away, maybe?
I'm not sure if that was your top or not.
It was on my list, I know. I don't know if it was my top. But
yeah, it was definitely on your list. I just don't know. I don't remember what your top was. Was it Red Dead, maybe?
No, that was a game I wish I played. Because I did play Monster Hunter World.
That's right, okay.
Just not as much as I would have liked. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Good stuff. Tate, thank you. Thank you for writing in. Good to hear from you again. And this is from Idaho Jake. He says, hey guys, it was weird that you guys really had no arguments on the thummies, but my game of the year is Red Dead Redemption 2. I said fuck it and signed up for Game Pass and EA Access, and I am not disappointed. I have a gaming New Year's resolution, and it is to beat at least 5 games or more, because thinking about it last year, I started a ton of games but only beat Spider-Man. So what is your gaming resolution? Thanks guys, and have a great day.
Yeah, Jake, right along with that, I'm going to try and play and beat more things this year on newer games, because last year, while I did play, I wouldn't say I played a small amount of games, because I did play a decent amount, but I didn't beat any of them, and I missed some heavy hitters too, and I'm going to try to avoid that happening again as best as I can, because I don't have a PlayStation 4 anymore. So
right,
that's actually my gaming resolution.
Yep, ditto here too. I think it was over the entire summer I got stuck in the Breath of the Wild rut. Not that it's a rut, because I very much love that game, but I definitely want to play a bigger variety of things, and play more. Like there was plenty of times where I had time to play games and I just didn't.
Yeah.
That has not been the case so far this year. I squeak in gaming time any second I get. So I've been able to play a lot so far, which I'm thankful for.
We should bring back the Beaten Games challenge.
I have the list. I started the 2019 list, so
perfect.
I already put myself on it. Do we want to go over that real quick?
Yeah, might as well.
From last year.
I know it was a poor showing all around, but
I think I beat like 12 games, maybe.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I've already beat my first game this year.
Oh yeah, you did, because you ended up beating Spyro 1.
Yep. Come on Evernote. I'm also going to switch away from Evernote because it sucks now.
Yeah, Evernote is horrible. I use Google Docs for literally everything right now.
That's what I'm switching to. All right, so I know Corey beat Red Dead, so I'll put that on the list. So I have Corey at 3 games. Oh, did he beat Ni no Kuni too?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so I'll put that on there too. Okay, so Corey has 4 games then. He's got Slay the Spire, Celeste, Red Dead 2, and Ni no Kuni 2. Will, you have 6 games. You've got Nier Automata, Life is Strange Before the Storm, which Corey also beat too, right? Did he play all Before the Storm? Okay, so
yeah, I think he did.
List. LISBTS. So you have Nier Automata, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Dynasty Warriors 9, Spyro, Spyro 2, Spyro 3.
Wow, yeah, you're right. That's bad.
I feel like you had one at the end of the year, though. Didn't you have a game that you beat close to the end of the year?
I beat Spyro 1 through 3 twice. Yeah, no, I don't think I beat... I mean, Smash Brothers, but... that doesn't really count. So, yeah, okay. No, I think that was literally it.
Eric beat Super Mario Odyssey and Celeste. And then I beat Life is Strange Before the Storm, Portal 2, DMC, Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice, Into the Breach, Super Mario Run, Celeste, Super Mario Odyssey, Kirby Star Allies, Bayonetta, Super Mario World, and HQ.
I forgot you beat HQ. That's pretty cool.
I won HQ 3 times last year, including $161.
That's the ultimate victory.
Beardless says if you beat Cloud, you beat Smash.
So I did beat Cloud.
You did beat Cloud? See, I was thinking beating the World of Light would be considering beating Smash Brothers.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the rules.
That's probably...
The thing is, by Corey's definition, when the credits rolling is beating a game. So winning a classic mode, which means you could spend 10 minutes and beat Smash Brothers.
You know, I get Corey's credits thing.
I get it too.
But I think with different games, there's different stipulations, and yeah, we can arbitrarily place them, but yeah. I think you kind of have to.
Yeah, in the case of Smash Brothers, absolutely. Mario Kart is another one that you have to kind of place an arbitrary beating of, because you can do I think you can literally do like the Star Cup at 50cc, beat it and get the credits to roll.
So yeah, and like if you look at what is the single player mode in Smash Brothers,
it's World of Light. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, so if you beat that, that's your victory for Smash Brothers.
Exactly. I'm totally on board for World of Light being the Smash Brothers.
Okay. Because I will beat that at some point this year, because I think that mode's awesome.
Me too. I gotta play through it and beat it too.
So yeah, I had 13 games beaten. Will, you came in second with 6. I'm sure I'm missing a few things on there for everybody. I don't know if Eric ended up beating anything else.
You remember when we were pulling in like 30 beaten games?
Yeah, I feel like I had like maybe 4 years ago I had like 40 something or 50 something. And you was that the year that you beat me at the very last, like it was the week in between school when you were off that you ended up pulling ahead of me?
I beat like 5 games in like 2 weeks to be able to beat you. Yeah. And what, like Gone Home and Stanley Parable.
That's right. Stanley Parable snuck you in.
Yeah. I think I did beat you by a game too.
Yeah, so that's good stuff. And I agree, Jake, Games Pass, it's giving me access to quite a few. I actually want to play through the Metro games again. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do that or not, but play through the Metro games before Exodus comes out. I would love to do that. Oh, Crackdown is going to be on Games Pass when that comes out, so I'll be able to play that. I won't have to buy it.
I have a bias towards Crackdown.
I liked the first Crackdown. I don't think I liked the second one.
I just think it's going to suck.
I don't know about the third. Well, I mean, that the good thing is with having Games Pass is I don't have to buy it. If I don't like it, I'll just uninstall
delete it.
I'm probably going to have to get an external hard drive, too, for my Xbox. It's filling up pretty fast.
That's a must.
Yeah. I mean, Red Dead Redemption was 92 gigabytes. So.
Chunky game.
You think a game of, what was it, Breath of the Wild was like 12?
Yeah.
I know it's not quite the same graphical capability, but it's still a huge game with a lot of nice things in it, and it's 12 gigabytes.
Still a lot going on in that one.
Yeah. So, anyway, game giveaway. Let's do the game giveaway. I do have to get caught up on this, I do realize, but we'll get it going here. I've got a few that I've got to send out. So, Tate is 1, Jake is 2.
Alrighty then. Random number generator. And the winner is number 1.
Tate. Taterade. All right, Tate. Here's your list. I will send these out tomorrow. I won't be able to get it done tonight, but I will send them out tomorrow. So.
What's it through? 1 through 150?
1 through 150.
80.
80
number
is the
8.
first game. Is Expand Soundtrack Edition.
Oh, wow.
Yay. Yippee Skippy.
Yippee Skippy. 141.
141 is Anomaly Korea. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Getting off to a good start here. 64.
64. 64 is Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. That's
There we
a good
go.
one.
Now we're talking. Clear winner so far.
Yep.
69.
69 is Grim Legends 2, Song of the Dark Swan. And the last one.
67.
67 is Crime Secrets Crimson Lily. Easy choice there, at least in my opinion.
What was that last name again?
Crime Stories Crimson Lily.
That's the clear winner, in my opinion.
What was 67? Crime Secrets Crimson Lily.
Oh yeah, Crime Secrets Secret Lily. Yeah, that's the winner.
Yeah. So
hey, don't do us a disservice.
Yeah, I will. I'll send out an email tomorrow. I think Jake and Tate are our winners. I think I'm backed up like 4 maybe. I will send an email and see what games you guys want, and we'll go from there. Next week's episode is going to be our games preview, so it'll be the scheduled releases. We won't talk about anything that's maybe coming out this year in the fall. Just stuff that we know is going to come out. We'll probably focus on the bigger games. Maybe do a few indies here and there if they have release dates. So that'll be next week's episode. I'll also have my wife on to talk about our November and December rookie camps that we had to combine because of how busy we were during the holidays with moving and stuff. So I meant to have her on tonight, but didn't get the chance to work it out. So we will do that next week. Anything else, Will?
Nah, that's it for me.
All right. That'll do it for episode 390 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
And I'm Will.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.